I don't have an intro for this. That's on me.
Always the perfect intro.
Phil, you're my favorite guest that I continuously have on this channel.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Okay. Are you sure you want to leave that in? Other guests you have will see that you have definitively said I'm your favorite.
You are my favorite insofar as you've been on the most, which means I have made the most content with you, which is how I get paid. Financially, you are my favorite guest that I've had on. This is a thing that I'm gonna try to do every year now, starting now, which is low effort January. If you don't know, YouTube, January, AdSense is bad. Why put a lot of effort into something in January? Don't. It's bad. Don't do it. Low effort January. This might not even come out in January. It probably comes out in February. I don't know.
Let's be real. It's March.
Thankfully, this is edited by Cade, so he'll get it out soon.
Oh, yeah. Wait. No. Yeah. This will be out in January. Yeah.
We're going to be doing a fun thing. Scooby-Doo, famous for its guest stars, much like yourself.
I was on Scooby-Doo. Oh.
Yes, very much so. But we're not going to cover you. I wanted to do a tier list of all of the fun Scooby-Doo guest stars that have appeared in the past and in the now. And here's the rules, all right? We're not gonna rank them based off of the episode, because we haven't watched all of the episodes. I didn't make Phil watch all the episodes. We're just ranking these guests on the vibes of the guest alone. It doesn't matter if the episode is great or bad. Who cares? This isn't about ranking the episodes, it's about ranking the guests. And if you can see here, Emily did help me workshop the tier list names. So at the bottom, we have Rutro. That's no good. And we're definitely gonna have some of those. By the way, just for those watching, I'm not very online these days. I'm trying not to be. So if any of these celebrities we're ranking deserve to be in the Rut-Row category because they did something problematic recently, there's a good chance I just don't know about it. So don't take me as, not putting them in the Rut-Row category as some sort of statement of approval from me. I just don't know. Slightly above that, we have Scooby-Who? That's like, they might be okay, but I don't know who they are. And then we have more like middling kids. It's pretty good. And then we have a proper Scooby snack, which is like, it's good. Right above that, we have a true treasure.
Treasures from
Do you get it? It's like the thing that Fred says.
Yes.
And then the top tier, the best of the best, S tier is Bananas. It's so good. It's Bananas. How did they do it? How did they get
Bananas.
this? Let's get on with it then, shall we?
We shall.
We got the first one here. Some of these will be easy to guess who they are, but I thought it would be fun to see if Phil could guess who the guest star is just based off of how they are rendered. So who do you think the first one is, Phil?
That is the Beatles, Scott. Ringo on the left.
Ringo on the left, yep.
That is George Harrison in the middle.
Perfect.
Paul McCartney on the left. And this is after John was shot. Anyway, it's the Three Stooges, Scott.
What do we think about the Three Stooges? They were never a part of my life growing up.
Just so we have the wiggle room, I think we call them a proper Scooby snack.
Okay. They're funny, they're comedy, a good first guest. Next up, I think you know who this dynamic duo is.
That's Batman and Robin.
They've guest starred a lot, but we're not, it's not about the episode. It's just about the guest, so I didn't list them here multiple times.
Where do we think the fact that they have guested multiple times means that they've got to be Bananas.
Okay.
Also, like, when I think of Scooby-Doo guests, I think of Batman and Robin.
Because it's not just them who are a part of the episode. Sometimes it's their villains, their rogues gallery, Joker's in there. It's a match made in heaven. I think that's a true Bananas moment.
I was expecting, when I was watching the new Penguin series, for there to be some Scooby-Doo. For them to be like, by the way, you should go by your birth name, Shaggy. And then it's like, what? Kind of like the end of The Dark Knight Rises, where they're like, you were Robin the whole time?
Yeah. Our first test of pop culture knowledge for both you and me. Oh, I should say also, I forgot to add these in. The next actual guest stars were the Addams Family, but they're not available on home media that I could get hold of. So we'll just say Addams Family. Where do we think we would put them? It's a rights issue.
I think Rut-Row, because here's the thing, like, anytime I can't find an episode on streaming of something, it's because there's blackface in it. Like the Community Dungeons and Dragons episode that got pulled, those It's Always Sunny episodes that got pulled, the Golden Girls episodes that got pulled.
Okay.
It's because they had blackface. So if you can't find the Addams Family episode, and it's from like, and
it's definitely
80s?
Not a rights issue. It's definitely because they did something problematic. It's, to be fair, I believe it is on HBO Max now. But it's not this is like the first time since it aired that people have had access to it.
And sorry, this is the creepy and they're kooky.
Yes.
Not the second president of the United States.
Right, and his family and his children and
John Adams' family.
Yes.
They go to a proper treasure.
A true treasure. I just have a text-based The Addams Family. There we go.
And they are based. Yeah, they were like, we're going to make the most fucked up family we can, that's just so weird and fucked up. And they're like, what if the husband fucking loved his wife? Wouldn't that be messed up, guys?
Imagine a husband that loved his wife.
Terrible.
I could never. Now, the true test of pop culture knowledge for both you and me, our first real life person. I mean, the Three Stooges were real people, but you get it. They were characters.
Full disclosure. Yeah. Before we started, I thought this was Don Rickles.
Are you ready for this? 2 Rickles.
But now that we've started, and I did know you did tell me that was incorrect.
Yes.
That is Colin Farrell from The Penguin.
Come on!
This is a guy named Jonathan Winters. I don't know anything about.
That's a Scooby-Doo.
He's an actor. Let me just do this one window. Sorry.
Do you want me to be the Googler? He was on The Tonight Show with Carson.
Cool.
Looks like he was born November 11th.
That's awesome.
Famously born on November 11th in Dayton, Ohio. Who doesn't remember seeing little Johnny Winters pop out of his mama in Dayton, Ohio?
This seems like an obvious Scooby-Doo, right?
Scooby-Doo. Yep.
Scooby-Doo. Who do we got next, Phil? Who's this lovely man, lovely John?
That is Steve Buscemi playing Don Knotts.
Keep that thought in the back of your head for like 20 minutes from now. But it is Don Knotts. You're correct about Don Knotts. I say these things without any confidence. We're gonna find out throughout this whole video how little I know about any pop culture.
Okay, to be fair, this is like your grandpa's pop culture.
Oh, wait until we get to the modern ones, though. He's guested a couple of times. I will say he's also guested a couple of times, so.
I think that's a proper treasure.
I think, a proper Scooby snack or a true treasure?
Or a proper Scooby snack.
Next up, our first iconic lady comedian. I've given you a clue, at least.
It's not Joan Rivers, is it?
It's not Joan Rivers. This is Phyllis Diller. I only know Phyllis Diller from the Ant Queen in A Bug's Life.
For me, it's Phyllis Diller. I hardly know her.
Okay, so that's a Scooby-Doo or a...
No, I know who Phyllis Diller is. That is a joke.
Oh, okay. I see.
As in Diller, I hardly know.
I think more like middling kids is fine.
Yeah.
Moving on. I have truly no idea who this is, but I do know her name.
This is an older one.
It is. We only have, hey, people watching at home, we only have a few more of these older ones, and then we'll get to the modern ones, I promise, and we'll have a lot more fun with those.
First Lady Mrs. Carter.
A fun guess. This is an actor / I think comedian named Sandy Duncan.
Okay. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, that's a Scooby-Doo.
That's a Scooby-Doo. So who do we got next? Who's this pair?
We got Sonny and Cher.
We do have Sonny and Cher.
They're great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say this is a true treasure.
I think so.
I would say Bana's if it was 90s introduction of auto-tune Cher.
Oh. Next up, who are these two?
We got Benny and Fat Hitler.
Does look like
Laurel
that,
and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy.
It does look like Fat Hitler. You know what? I feel like, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
Can I be real with you?
That's why.
I feel like Laurel and Hardy, they're sort of like the hoity-toity thinking man's Three Stooges. For me, that's kind of a middling kids.
That's a middling kids. I'll go with you there, because while I do know the name, so it's not necessarily a Scooby-Doo, I don't really know a lot of their stuff. They seem fine. It's all good. Now you gotta know who this iconic
Harlem
American
Globetrotters
team.
Are Bana's.
Harlem Globetrotters are
Bana's.
Without question, they're Bana's.
The fastest lock. You know what? I even care enough about this. Make sure they're ahead of Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Move Batman and Robin further to the right to indicate that the Harlem Globetrotters are number one.
Even in the original new Scooby-Doo movies, Harlem Globetrotters, I believe, were the stars that were in the most episodes. They're incredible. I love the Harlem Globetrotters. What an American treasure the Harlem Globetrotters are. Who's this strapping young man who's getting all of the ladies' attention right now? Who is this guy?
Donny Osmond?
What a great guess. This is actually Davy Jones from the Monkees.
From the Monkees!
Yeah, I love the Monkees.
Oh, that's pretty good. I love the Monkees.
I didn't listen to the Beatles until I was like in my late 20s. The Monkees, though, that was my family's thing. I could go proper Scooby snack. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a proper Scooby snack, Davy Jones.
Does this get into like his other thing where he captains, he's sort of the ferryman of the dead sailors? So there's conflict. You know what I'd love to see? The return of Davy Jones.
Return of Davy Jones. I can't believe Warner Brothers would miss that typo.
Let's go.
It's a callback. Did you
It's
watch
a
that episode?
callback.
Are you a fake fan?
Next up, who's this guy?
Robin Hood?
This is like a name that I've heard of, but I don't know any more than that. This is Jerry Reed.
Who?
We gotta do him faster. That's a Scooby-Doo. I'll give you a hint on this one. This is a fictional character.
Little Orphan Annie?
No, this is Josie from Josie and the Pussycats. In fact, the whole Josie and the Pussycats gang was here in this episode. So it's not just her, it's the whole gang.
When I think of Josie and the Pussycats, I think of like the 2000 movie, which is so underrated,
It's very
criminally
good.
underrated.
We rented it from a Blockbuster so many times.
I feel bad for not recognizing Josie, but I also think Josie and the Pussycats, true treasure.
A true treasure. This next one is also from a Hanna-Barbera property, but is not recognizable in any capacity. Like, I
Okay,
don't
because
know.
I was gonna say, is it Genie from I Dream of Genie?
That's also what Emily thought. I don't know if the properties are the same property, but this is just Genie from the Hanna-Barbera show Genie.
Janine, as it were. It had 1 season and 16 episodes.
That's classic Hanna-Barbera. That's most of their cartoons.
I do love that they're like, this is a genie, so it's a white woman with a midriff.
You don't get it. Not.
I think maybe this is the Paramount Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, 100%. Emily, I was impressed with Emily. Emily recognized this guy immediately. This next guy. I do not know who he is.
Is it a sports person?
It's not a sports person. He is an actor, and his name is Tim Conway.
Oh, Timmy Con. How could I not recognize Tim Conway from
Carol Burnett.
From the Carol Burnett Show. Wait, is Carol Burnett somewhere on this list eventually?
Oh, it takes a long time before we get to Carol Burnett.
This is a Scooby-Doo for me.
This is a Scooby-Doo for me as well.
Scott, this is a YouTube video. Skibbity Toilet is the reference we need to be making.
Next guy.
He looks like an investigative reporter.
Couldn't tell you. His name is Don Adams.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll
I've
make
at
it a
least
middling
seen.
kids.
I like a middling
Yeah.
kids. All right, we got a car in this next one with some people in
Is
it.
the car important?
The car is important.
That's not Herbie the Love Bug.
This is another Hanna-Barbera like synergy thing. This is the cast of the Speed Buggy cartoon.
No. Scooby-Doo. I'm so scared for when we get into Rutrow because that's got to be like modern people.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I put Rutrow there specifically for the modern guests. Just because I'm scared of my own audience backlash, I'm going to put it into middling kids. So moving on,
Mama Cass.
we've got Mama Cass. Mamas and
Yeah.
Papas. I like this. I like Mama Cass. I think it's a fun get, because a lot of these at the time feel like they were celebrities that were famous for like decades, and Mama Cass feels very
Right.
like of the time, like for the kids.
I do want to clarify, was it Mama Cass or was it the Mamas and the Papas?
I believe it was just Mama Cass.
I think we got to put her with Davy Jones then.
Put her with Davy
In a proper
Jones.
Scooby snack. I don't know who this is, but I love the get a load of this guy.
Oh, this
Is
guy
it-
over here.
Oh, this guy.
I already know which tier I'm putting this guy in, because there is no other word to describe him than a treasure. A true treasure. This is absolute acting, performing, dancing, singing icon, Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, okay.
This is like the epitome of, I can't believe Dick Van Dyke was in an episode of Scooby-Doo. What a treat. What a delight for everyone involved.
Yeah. You know, like when you see Dick Van Dyke, a human, pretty distinct look. But I think a lot of distinct looks don't translate to being distinct in cartoon.
Yes. I was going over all these images with Emily to see if she could guess who they were. And we came across what we're gonna just call like generic white guy syndrome with this art style.
Yeah.
Because some of them are pretty distinct. And then you'll get to a couple later on, now that we're in the modern era, where you're just like, that could be any white guy. But
Don Knotts thankfully looks like a freak, so.
Yeah. This is a pretty good spread. So far, no one is in the rut row category, although I will say that's mostly because we don't know a lot of them. But we're out of the old era now. We're out with the old, in with the new.
Can you tell me what year the new era starts?
Yes, I guess I should have told you before. The old era was the new Scooby-Doo movies from 1972 to 1973. But a lot of the celebrities, as I sort of said earlier, were already popular like decades before. So keep that in mind, because what we have for this new era, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, the sort of spiritual successor to the new Scooby-Doo movies. These aired from 2019 to 2021.
Okay.
But that means nothing.
There's new people now, Scott. This happens for those who don't know, when the year you turn 30, they add new people. New people happen.
It's
when
like
you
a
turn
DLC.
30. And like, because your whole life, like Tom Cruise has been the only guy in movies, and now there's this Glenn Powell fucker you got to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Who is that?
What's up with all these new people, all these new actors and singers and stuff? What's up with them being younger than me? That's weird.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Everyone should be older than me. That's how it's always been.
No.
Our first one, right out of the gate, this handsome fella here, as little as I know about pop culture and actors and things like that, I know even less about sports.
This is quite a shock. On the other hand, it's not surprising in the least.
He's a basketball player.
Nailed it.
I am going with what I think I remember seeing while walking through a Walmart on a DVD cover.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, this is Chris Paul.
I'm sure it is. That's a Scooby-Doo for me because I don't know sports. Should we put him up in middling kids just because that's more on us for being unathletic?
I guess so. Would you say that it's on us that
it's not his fault we don't hoop?
No, I'm putting him in Scooby-Doo. This is a very specific one. No?
I feel like it's a trick.
No trick.
16th president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln.
Close. It is the ghost of Abraham Lincoln.
Okay. That's got to be Bana's, right?
That's 100%.
None of the other guests freed the slaves, Scott. I'm sorry. Please tell me at no point in that episode does Scooby-Doo say, "We was really about straight rights." Up next, Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, easy celebrity guests. Recognizing her. She's been in she was in the Velma show as one of Daphne's moms.
Yeah, never been a selling point for me. She's been in things. She's been fine in things.
You don't think this is classic 2019 huge celebrity Wanda Sykes? You don't think of 2019 as Wanda Sykes' year?
No, I think middling kids.
Middling kids it is. Another fun one.
Sherlock Holmes.
Kind of. This is Sherlock Holmes / or maybe parentheses, potentially fake Sherlock Holmes. This is one of those, and I'm not dragging episodes into it, it's just so you can understand the guest. Mm-hmm. This is an episode that doesn't make sense to me because the whole time Sherlock Holmes is there and Velma is like, but there is no such thing as Sherlock Holmes, he's a fictional character. And I'm like, Velma, you've already interacted with Batman and Robin. What are you talking about? That Sherlock Holmes is where you draw the line.
Proper Scooby snack.
Just to sort of full circle on that, it's left ambiguous if he's the real Sherlock Holmes or if he's just some guy who thinks he's Sherlock Holmes. They leave it up to the audience.
Actually, you know what? Put that in middling kids.
I would agree because of that distinction. If it was real Sherlock Holmes, I would bump it up. We have a fun one. Who's this?
Oh. It's a white guy.
It is a white guy.
Not Elon Musk, is it?
It is not Elon Musk. That would be wild.
Is it Christian Slater?
Not yet.
Wait, Christian Slater guests later than 2019?
Yeah.
Weird. Who is this?
This is Ricky Gervais.
Ruh-roh.
That's a Ruh-roh. That's an instant Ruh-roh.
Does he like yell at Velma about like how smart he is for not believing in God at any point in the episode? And Velma's like, I'm probably also an atheist. What are you doing?
What he does is he goes on this like kind of comedic bit in big air quotes, about how every member of the gang has a catchphrase except one. And who do you think he's going to say? Who do you think he's going to say who's the one that doesn't have a catchphrase?
Daphne.
No. What would be the easiest one do you think that he would, like the one that you think he would say as like a classic?
Fred?
Sort of, you'd think Fred. He says that Scooby doesn't have a catchphrase, and Scooby has like 3 catchphrases.
Oh, so wait, no, it's like a lot of Ricky Gervais bits. He just starts off like, I'm wrong about this. We're going to accept that for the premise of the joke. Moving on.
Yeah. Who do you think this is?
That is Wonder Woman.
I like this because Batman's been on a bunch, so I like that they're diving in. I don't think the synergy is quite as there as Batman being a detective and them being detectives. So I don't know if I would put it in Bananas, but
I'd say True Treasure.
I think a True Treasure. I think it's great that they're having more superheroes involved, and Wonder Woman's great. Anyway, I only did these 2 shows. I didn't do the movies. If everyone's like, what about this guest star in a movie? I didn't do those. I did the Scooby-Doo. I didn't put a lot of effort. I got all these screenshots manually.
Are we also not going to get the Supernatural boys?
I didn't include them. This is low effort January.
Scott.
All right, I'll make more screenshots.
Effort,
all right, Bananas.
Okay. Now let's talk about Penn and Teller.
I love Penn and Teller.
Oh, good. I'm glad you do. Because for me, I was like, this is another Wanda Sykes thing where I'm just like,
I've said this so much. There's like some deep NerdSync lore that I don't think I've ever put in a video, but I've mentioned it on like podcasts and other things. I was very, very into close-up magic growing up. Did you not know this about me? Yeah, nope. I love it. One of the things I appreciate about them is how they will do, because the thing that I like about magic is that even though I know how to do a lot of the tricks, it's still cool to see the professionals do it so smoothly. Like, that's the magic for me.
Okay, so we can put him up in True Treasure then.
I think Penn and Teller's a True Treasure.
Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel. I want to be clear. This is not Jaleel White, the actor. This is Steve Urkel, the character. Played by Jaleel White, the actor.
This is a strong middling kids, because this is, who wants this?
It's such a weird one that it's Steve Urkel, because you don't get any of the other, when other actors come on, you don't really get them playing their character. You get them as themselves.
I mean, like Three Stooges and stuff.
Well, Three Stooges are characters, but they weren't played by the original Three Stooges in this show. And same with like Laurel and Hardy also are real people, but they weren't played by. So anytime you get a person playing themselves, you know, like it's always the same, you know, person. Like, you know, Dick Van Dyke did really do Dick Van Dyke. But like Steve Urkel is voiced by Jaleel White in the cartoon, this cartoon. But they didn't do Jaleel White, they just did Steve Urkel.
Why are we doing Steve Urkel in 2019?
In 2019!
Is the next one Jim Gaffigan?
It is Jim Gaffigan, you got it.
This is so middling kids because Jim Gaffigan's entire appeal is that he's like a normal guy.
His food humor does appeal to Scooby and Shaggy. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, for me, it's still like, what if the gang met a normal guy? And I want someone weird, Scott.
You want someone weird?
I want a weird person as my guest.
A weird guy. What a specific adjective to use. I don't know if you know.
Oh God, is it JD Vance? I'm gonna go for Weird Al Yankovic here.
This is absolutely Weird Al Yankovic.
Bananas, right?
I was gonna say it's either gonna be Bananas or True Treasure. It's gotta be Bananas, right? That's a fun get. That's a fun get. It's Weird Al.
My style icon.
Who's next?
Sia, I think we have to put into Ruh-roh.
I don't know anything about Sia.
So, two fun things and then the Ruh-roh. You know, Chandelier is that song. You know, I'm gonna swing from the chandelier.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Two.
Okay.
Huge Survivor fan and started giving contestants on Survivor who lost but she liked, she'd just give them $100,000.
So what happened then?
Yeah, so she made like a super cringy, like autistic movie about like autistic people that was like
Oh, I remember
really
this.
bad.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I believe actors were treated poorly. Yeah, it's rocking a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
But we'll leave it in rut row. Good enough for
Sorry,
me.
you seem like you're weirded out.
I'm weirded out for a reason. Not really weirded out. It's just
Okay.
you've unlocked a memory for me about that movie that will also come up in a couple guests.
I did not see that movie, so
I didn't either.
okay.
I didn't either. But anyway,
So-
who's next?
We've got this man on all fours with his tongue out.
Yes. What I can tell you is that if you haven't put it together, he's kind of a funny guy.
Kenan Thompson?
It is Kenan Thompson.
Oh my god, I'm good.
You're so
Let's
good
go.
at this.
Okay.
Kenan Thompson, I'm happy to put him in either a proper Scooby snack or even just a true treasure because I think Kenan's great.
I think Kenan is your definition Scooby snack.
He's
because
a proper
Kenan is
Scooby snack.
the guy, like, he is the glue that holds SNL together.
Yes.
Glue can only do so much, but, you know, he's trying. Writers at SNL have said, like, if we don't know what joke to make, we'll just say, pan camera to Kenan. You know, like something silly happens and then they'll pan the camera to Kenan and he'll do like a, now it's a joke. Maybe, you know, Treasure.
You think
actually.
Treasure? I think so
Yeah,
too.
you know what? I'm talking about it.
I think Treasure. All right.
Whoopi?
We got Whoopi.
I think if you're on The View long enough, you say shit that puts you in rut row. So I don't think we
interesting.
need to put her in rut row.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just like, if for some reason sitting on The View, you just have to say, like, I am so rich and out of touch every like 4 months or so in a fucked up way. And
Okay.
like that's what The View is to me.
That's
and I
fair.
don't think we need to hold that against her.
We can do middling.
I would even maybe say a proper Scooby snack.
Yeah, you
Although
think so?
2019, this isn't after Ghost. Ghost is such a banger of a movie
Yeah.
that like she can never truly go away. Color Purple also fantastic.
We
you
can
know,
move her up.
So I think she's fine in the middling kids.
All right.
Oh, we've got a white guy.
This one, I think, if you look close enough, I think you can get it.
Mark Hamill.
It is Mark Hamill.
God, I'm good.
This is not Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. It's not Jaleel White as Urkel, right?
Yeah,
this
but he's voice acting.
He is voice acting. He's voice acting
And,
himself. Not Luke Skywalker, not the Joker.
Proper Scooby snack?
I think it's a proper Scooby snack.
God, boy. Hot take. Another hot take.
Another hot take. You're full of them.
He's good as the Joker, but
He
like,
is.
I don't know, like, I think Phil Lamar, if we're getting a voice actor in here, if we got like Phil Lamar, that'd be bananas. It's my favorite superhero.
Is it really?
The Flash, baby.
The Flash. Which Flash is your favorite?
Barry. Or no, Wally, because everything I like about Barry is just stuff they stole from Wally West.
There you go. Well, this one is Barry,
Which means it's Wally West.
which means it's Wally West. Where are we
yeah.
putting Flash? I think it's fine. We're not judging based off of the episode, but the episode is cool because I believe it's a lot of like time travel to like previous like classic Scooby-Doo stuff, but it's not about the episode. His one piece
Also,
of synergy is that he does have to eat a lot of calories, which goes well with Scooby and Shaggy. So
And he's an investigator. He's a crime scene investigator.
he is a crime scene investigator.
And he's based because he tries to prove people innocent because his dad's in jail for good
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
pretty
fine that
good.
Barry Allen's a cop. I think True Treasure.
I think a true treasure.
Okay, this next one
Yes.
is not Don Knotts. But you said when we were at Don Knotts that Steve Buscemi would show up later.
Interesting.
Is it Steve Buscemi?
Not this one. This is Star Trek legend George Takei.
Oh, that's a true treasure for me.
That is, I think that's a true treasure. I think that's fun.
Oh my.
Who's this one?
Can I ask fictional or non-fictional?
Non-fictional.
Is it Robin with a Y?
It is not.
It's not Miley.
It is not Miley. This is Halsey.
Oh, Scooby-Doo? I don't know a lot about Halsey.
Me
But what I do
either.
know about Halsey is that like all of like my sapphic friends on Blue Sky
Yeah.
like Halsey a lot. I don't even know if she is a lesbian or if she's sapphic.
I don't know anything about Halsey.
Should we do Scooby-Who? This is our list.
This
and
is
she
our list. I don't know
Scooby-Who for
anything
us.
about Halsey. I'm
There
sorry.
is also a very good chance I am confusing her with Mitski.
I don't know who that is either. Who's this next guy?
I am so worried. Is this James Woods?
You would think. I think it definitely looks like James Woods. My other thought is it also looks like Kyle MacLachlan, who I think would be a great guest on Scooby-Doo.
Oh, sure.
I'll let you take one more guess.
Is it Steve Buscemi?
This is Steve Buscemi. Yeah, this is Steve Buscemi.
No, they made him look way too normal.
I
They
agree.
did him wrong. They did him dirty.
It doesn't look like Steve Buscemi.
I want to say Bananas because I love Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And because, like, so fun fact, Steve Buscemi, volunteer firefighter, was at Ground Zero on 9/11. Like, was in New York, saw 9/11 happening, hopped on the back of a fire truck. Steve Buscemi, what a guy. This does not look like Steve Buscemi, and so I cannot put it in Bananas.
Treasure,
They did him dirty.
Or proper snack?
Proper snack.
Proper Scooby snack.
I think they did him so dirty. Like when the George Takei looks more like Steve Buscemi than Steve Buscemi, he's been done dirty. You know what? I don't know that I've heard like Jeff Dunham himself is a bad guy.
No, I would agree.
But his puppets are so goddamn racist.
His puppets are so racist and bad.
And
now,
I have no idea why he's on a Scooby show.
This is an in 2019, Jeff Dunham is on a Scooby-Doo show. Now, this is an interesting one because I didn't take 2 screenshots, but there are 2 guest stars, and it's Jeff Dunham and Darcy Lynn Farmer, who Emily told me was a winner or at least popular contestant on America's Got Talent. And then Emily went on to complain that America's Got Talent is just full of ventriloquists, to which I said, they have nowhere else to go.
I get so mad watching America's Got Talent and someone's a fucking singer.
Yeah, you have other
9
shows.
other shows you can go on.
Let the ventriloquists, let the jugglers, let all these people, let the magicians have fun.
My favorite is the high divers because like they're never going to win and they will only ever just be like, we made it higher.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you made it higher. You're competing for an hour-long show in Vegas. How do you jump off of something for an hour?
Do it higher.
And every comedian and ventriloquist, I'm like, you have to be funny so fast. You have 1 minute. You can get maybe 4 jokes out and they've got to all kill, but they can't kill too much that you get too long of a laugh because that eats into time. Anyway, Jeff Dunham, territory.
Yeah, it's a hard one because I don't know anything about the child, but I also don't really want to put a real life child on a tier list. So this is just going to be Jeff Dunham. If you can see in the preview, the only puppet that Jeff Dunham uses is Walter, the old man, because that feels like the safest one they could put.
Confession time.
Yeah.
Middle school Phil, I thought Jeff Dunham was the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
Of course!
I thought he was the funniest shit I have ever seen. So I know the Jeff Dunham lore, they should have done Peanut.
I know they should have done Peanut.
Is the next one JoJo Siwa?
The next one is not JoJo Siwa. This will be our callback to Sia.
Is it Maddie Ziegler?
It is Maddie Ziegler.
Okay, Maddie Ziegler is also in Dance Moms?
Was that what she got famous for? Was Dance Moms?
I guess.
All right, same rules apply. I don't want to put well, she's probably not a child anymore, right? I don't know how old Maddie Ziegler is.
Born in 2002, she would be 23.
All right.
Fuck, I'm old. It is a Scooby-Who though, because like,
yeah.
Dance Moms? Is that it?
Yeah, this is a Scooby-Who for me.
She's great in West Side Story.
The movie, right? The movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Who did she play?
The Spielberg one.
Yeah, I like that one. Who did she play?
She was one of the ones who sang and danced.
Cool.
Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Jeff Foxworthy. That's an easy one.
I don't know that he's been problematic. I
was going to say the same thing. I think Jeff Foxworthy is very clear about his views. Like, he's obviously religious. He used to host the Bible quiz show.
Yep.
I'm sure he's definitely Republican, but he just seems like, yeah, I feel like the biggest concern that he has in life is just trying to make people laugh and have a good time and not put other people down, I guess.
Yeah. Though the worst shit I saw was like his newest like Netflix special. He's like, every kid wants a participation trophy. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
That's
well, you're just old now. Yeah.
I mean, it's still middling kids. Like,
yeah, no, it's not good.
Okay. It kind of looks like James Gunn is next.
Oh,
which
that would be cool.
A Bananas pick.
That would be Bananas.
For Scooby-Doo. But I don't think that's who it is.
No, this is Malcolm McDowell.
From Caligula?
Name a movie that I've seen.
I'm going to put it in middling kids because absolutely not should Malcolm McDowell be on Scooby-Doo. Malcolm McDowell, why? I know who he is. I feel like we still need to say Scooby-Who.
Why are you here?
It's that choice. Imagine you're the writer on this series and you're like, all right, we got our list of guests. You're getting the Patty Ziegler episode. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. It's like you're getting the Malcolm McDowell episode. It's like, from Clockwork Orange? Let's move on. This is too weird. Hex Girl, hot take.
Yes.
Not Bananas.
Not Bananas.
That's a Scooby-Doo character. That's not even a cameo.
I would agree.
I'd say a proper Scooby snack. It's fine. Christian Slater.
That is, you got it right. You called it ahead of time.
Scooby-Who.
Scooby-Who? All right.
I know who Christian Slater is. This isn't
I don't know. This category
has
has evolved from we genuinely don't know who these people are to we know who they are, but like, what do they add?
Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye.
Easy. This isn't even a game anymore. It's like you have a script in front of you of these characters. You know them so good. Except for Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, well, because who in the fuck is going to guess Malcolm McDowell? Neil deGrasse Tyson's annoying because he doesn't watch movies, right? And if he's getting kids interested in science and Bill Nye's getting kids interested in science.
Absolutely.
Proper Scooby snack.
I 100% agree.
Aquafina?
Oh, that would be an interesting one. No, this is not Aquafina. This is someone, Casey Musgraves.
Oh, Rainbow! Oh, Casey Musgraves, great.
Okay. I don't think I know who that is.
Like she plays on like the like indie station. Proper Scooby snack. I feel like, you know what, maybe I'm being too generous just because I like her music. She might also be Scooby-Doo in the same way Halsey is, where it's just like, not that like it's inappropriate for a kid's show, but just like, because the people who are into Casey Musgraves, I feel like aren't old enough to like have kids who would watch Scooby-Doo, but they're too old for you to be targeting them with your Scooby-Doo.
Gotcha. I'll put it in middling. It'll split the difference. I feel like proper.
Actually, I don't like her being next to Jeff Foxworthy. Can you put her in Scooby Snack?
I can put her earlier in the list.
Is it Morgan Freeman?
This is Morgan Freeman.
That's got to be Bana's, right? Like, that voice is.
I think my reaction to the fact that they have Morgan Freeman is always like, how? Are you sure?
Yeah.
How did you get him?
Is it someone doing a Morgan Freeman? Because like a lot of people
actually can do a Morgan Freeman. All right, this one is hard to guess, and I don't think you will. But good luck. This is a real person.
Miss Rachel.
Gosh, these are good guesses, but your mind is thinking too modern, too hip, too cool for the kids.
Janine Garofalo?
Closer. This is Kristen Shaw, famous voice actor, comedian.
Oh, fantastic voice actor. Okay.
I love Kristen
and I can
Shaw.
see it now that I'm looking at it.
This to me is a proper.
I think that's a
Scooby
treasure.
Snack. Oh, you think it's a treasure? I'll move it up to treasure.
I think I'd go treasure.
I'll move it up
voice
to treasure.
Voice acting wise?
Absolutely.
Great. Joey Chestnut?
Yeah, yes.
Bananas.
Who
That's
else
an
could this
inspired
be?
choice.
Joey Chestnut next to Morgan Freeman.
Choice.
It's the only time this will ever happen in human existence.
For anyone who's like Scooby-Who, Joey Chestnut is the famous hot dog eating champion.
No one does it better than Joey. I can see the comments now of people being like, well, I'm sorry, you don't know who Halsey is? I'm sorry, you don't know who Jonathan Winters is, but you're gonna put Joey Chestnut up there? Yes.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, we are. 100% we are. All right, who's this?
I've been shocked by like the adult content that's been on here. Lana Del Rey.
Interesting.
And she sings about how her pussy tastes like Scooby Snack.
No, this is Gigi Hadid.
Oh, I'm old. That's another one I don't know. I know the name.
Same.
Is she a singer or a model?
I think she's a model / maybe actor.
Fashion model.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
wait.
She was the one who was dating Bradley Cooper when she was like 22 and he was like 42. I remember us canceling Bradley Cooper for that for a little bit.
That's not necessarily her fault, so I don't think she goes into rut row because
No, she doesn't have to go into rut row, but
I'll definitely put her into Scooby-Who though.
Oh God, she's younger than me. So like, if I dated Bradley Cooper 10 years ago, that'd be fucked up.
Oh yeah. I'm the same. Oh no.
Well, sorry, Gigi Hadid. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, the next one's the guy from Cutthroat Kitchen.
Yes.
Why is his name escaping me? Good Eats with Alton Brown.
Alton Brown. I love Alton Brown. He's one of the only chefs from the Food Network that has really stuck with me all these years. I think he's a delight.
Treasure?
What a good get. You think a treasure? I'll say a treasure. All right, who's this?
Project Runway guy.
That's right, it's Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn.
He's here.
Put him in rut row because he's not James Gunn.
Oh, wow. You're in rut row with all the other problematic people. I'll put him in middling. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm going to guess Lana Del Rey again.
That's right. It's Tara Lipinski.
Scooby-Doo.
I believe Olympic figure skater Tara Lipinski. Who's this next one?
Lindsey Vonn?
That's right. It's Chloe Kim, Olympic snowboarder. Chloe Kim. Who's this next one?
I think she plays basketball.
That's right. It's boxer Laila Ali. Neither of us know anything about sports. Who's next?
Is that America Ferrera?
That's right. It is YouTuber Liza Koshy.
We're YouTubers. We should know this, but it's a Scooby-Doo for me.
I know who Liza Koshy is, but I have never seen a single one of her videos.
She's probably really famous if she counts Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you're right.
Put her up in banners.
We should put Liza Koshy in banners to help us out.
It's Liza Koshy!
Oh my gosh, it's Liza Koshy! Of course it is!
Oh my god!
What a banners get.
Koshy.
I will say this, her episode of Scooby-Doo did grace us with Frank Welker as Fred saying, remember to like and subscribe. And I think that's great, and I should use that in all of my videos, and I forget to. So we'll use it in this one. Cade, throw it up now.
Remember to smash that subscribe button.
Jinkies!
Oh, it doesn't, it looks like she hasn't posted in like 7 years.
Oh, so we don't need to.
I don't think so. Okay,
so just like that.
Who's that guy? Boy, that's Jesse Pinkman.
That's right. It is Macklemore.
Macklemore's based.
Macklemore's kind of a
Macklemore's
rad
actually
choice.
based, and Thrift Shop rips. Yeah, that's true treasure.
You think that's true treasure? All right, cool. I'll do that with you. Who's this next white guy? This is white guy syndrome once again. I'm sorry, hold on. Jason Sudeikis, you said.
Jason Sudeikis.
That's right, it is Jason Sudeikis. You actually did get that one. Yeah, Jason Sudeikis, true treasure.
How do we still have so many left? This is Jubilee from the X-Men.
Ah, I wish. This is Lucy Liu, who I think is a treasure for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a treasure for sure.
Who's this next one?
Oh,
you will never
Whitey
in a million years get this one. I guarantee in a million years you will never guess who this is.
Okay. It is Matt Damon.
Oh, that's right. It's Sean Astin.
Samwise Gamgee?
Yeah. They didn't render him to look like Sean Astin very well.
He doesn't look at all like Sean Astin. I think we've demoted other ones for not looking to character like Steve Buscemi. I think, this one gets demoted to proper Scooby Snack.
I agree.
Goth lady? Alanis Morissette.
That's right. It is the return of Cher as just herself with no Sunny this time. And I don't know why I think of Cher by herself as a different entity than Sunny and Cher. Does that make sense?
No, totally different. Yeah. No, it's totally different. You're right. They made her look really young. Cher just doesn't look young anymore. And I think it should be okay to show women being older. So again, I'm gonna go proper Scooby Snack.
Proper Scooby Snack.
But this is not the Cher she's currently in.
Oh, good luck with this next one.
America Ferrera.
That's right, Phil. It is Jessica Biel.
No, it isn't.
Who I believe should go in this category.
Oh, it's Jessica Biel and
I think so. I believe Jessica Biel is. Oh, it's something. I think she's anti-vaccine or something like that.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, that's a rut-row.
You can double check me on that one.
She's married to Justin Timberlake, so putting her in rut-row could ruin the tour.
What tour? Wait, hold on. What tour?
The world tour. Yeah, there's a bunch of articles where she clarifies her stance on vaccines, which is never something you need written about you. The likenesses have been so off.
Yeah.
So long.
His outfit helps.
Is he a preacher?
In a sense. This is Reverend Run DMC.
Oh! duh. Okay, yeah, that's a proper Scooby snack for sure.
I agree.
Are the other members of Run DMC in there?
No, just Reverend Run.
So same thing with Mama Cass and Davy Jones. The proper Scooby snack is also just like, where's your band? Up next, Wesley Snipes. He looks like Blade.
Ooh, now he is wearing a cape. If that helps, if you can think of a suave, older black actor wearing a cape.
Billy D.
It is Billy D. Williams, the man himself.
I believe gender non-conforming, actually.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. He's gender fluid.
Awesome.
So, I mean, we gotta
the legend themselves, Billy D. Williams.
Let's throw that in True Treasure.
I think that's a true treasure.
Is this next guy from fucking Shark Tank?
No, but remember like 3 hours ago when we first started doing this and you guessed someone was a sportscaster? That's this guy's a sportscaster.
Oh, what's he do?
This is Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, middling kids.
All right.
Next, it's Alex Trebek.
Alex
That is
Trebek.
goated.
Yes.
Put it up top. Right next to Joey Chestnut.
I love this lineup.
I can't really. There's a hog. There's a motorcycle.
This is just take a wild guess.
Ghost Rider.
That's right. It is Axl Rose.
Oh, I don't think it's Rutrow. I don't know that Axl Rose has been problematic. I think he's just an asshole. That's a Scooby-Hoo.
That's a Scooby-Hoo. If he has been problematic, then we could move him down, but who cares?
Then we can move him down.
We just don't know.
Okay, we've got people taking selfies. Are these Instagram influencers?
That's right. This is the voice cast of the very cartoon let me try that again. The voice cast of the Scooby-Doo characters.
That's us. That's Bana's.
This is Bana's. This is Matthew Lillard, Kate Micucci, Gray Delisle, and Frank Welker. They get to meet.
Is Kate Micucci Velma?
In this series, she is.
Oh, I love that. Falco and Dino Dog or something?
Yeah, close enough. This is Blue Falcon and Dynamut. This is a middling kids. It's like similar to like the other.
The Hex Girls.
Yeah, well, we put Hex Girls in Scooby in Proper Snack. But I don't know.
That's because they're the Hex Girls.
Yeah, that is because they're the Hex Girls.
Carol Burnett.
Finally, Carol Burnett, the very last guest star of this show.
Damn time.
About damn time.
I could go Bana's or I could go True Treasure. I kind of want to go Bana's because it's just like, how dare they not get her on in the 70s era or like the 80s era?
I'm thinking Treasure.
True Treasure.
It's above the other guy, right? Yeah.
Why are we doing this now?
We're learning a lot today. We learned that people who are old didn't used to be old. We learned that they're still creating new people. New people are still popping up in the world. And we're learning that the old people might not be people forever.
Well, yeah, this is a Scott video, so we have to like also get into like existential, how we feel about life, death, time, growing old.
Dick Van Dyke is on this list and he's nearly 100 years old at this point. Please. My man. I mean, you don't have
please,
to
my man, die?
No, I was gonna plead for him to stay alive, but I'm like, no, you've done enough. Yeah. You can rest.
You can rest.
Yeah, that's all the celebrities from these two series. I know there are other movies and stuff that we didn't touch on, like Crypto and whatnot. But is there anything we want to adjust? Anything we want to move around? The only one for me is I think George Takei just might be a proper snack. I think he's great. I don't know if I use a treasure, but that's just me.
We put him a little high? I could move him down to a snack.
That's just me. I do like him. But if you're very passionate about George Takei,
I'm not.
I think this looks pretty good.
I think we did good work here today, Scott.
I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot of like mid-tier stuff, but there's a lot of good like treasures in Bana's ones. I'm impressed.
Yeah. No, for sure. And then there's a lot of stuff that we are too old to know about.
Correct.
I think in my experience also too straight, like Halsey, where I'm just like, well, they seem to like her.
Hey, if you're watching, leave your definitive ranking in the comments. That's probably going to be very long to write out, but that will be fun.
And if you stan Halsey, I'm sorry. If you stan any athlete.
If you stan any athlete.
Other than the Harlem Globetrotters.
The Harlem Globetrotters, and I think Chloe Kim.
What we really learned today is that other athletes need to make it a little silly.
Yeah.
I would know all about these figure skaters if they did silly antics.
So you may have noticed we forgot to rank certain guest stars from movies like Kiss and John Cena. So I ranked those with my wife, Emily. And honestly, these videos are some of the most authentic ones that I create all year, with fans calling them sickeningly cute. Emily is actually the most prestigious guest star because she insists that our goofy, off-the-cuff videos together are something special only for subscribers of my streaming service, Nebula. Nebula is the streaming service I co-founded with other creators. It's a place where we can make content that we want to make and level up the quality, like with the upcoming Nebula original, The Dinner Plan, where a man with a rare food allergy must navigate his boss's dinner party with one crucial mission. It's directed by my friend Patrick Willems and has a stacked cast. Is that Zach Cherry? Genuinely excited about that. This is what I mean when I say we're leveling up and becoming a prestige streaming service. We're making thoughtful and creatively fulfilling original projects thanks to your support. And as a Nebula subscriber, you'll receive guest passes to share with that special guest star in your life. Guest passes let you share the experience with friends completely free, no payment info required, and no restrictions on what they can watch. Monthly subscribers get 1 pass per month, while annual lifetime subscribers receive 3 passes each quarter. That's enough guest passes per year to cover the Harlem Globetrotters. Twice. Visit nebula.tv/nerdsync to get 40% off an annual subscription. That's just $36 for the entire year, or $3 per month. You'll get access to all my exclusive videos with Emily, plus loads of high-quality videos from hundreds of other creators. Once again, that's nebula.tv/nerdsync to get 40% off of your annual plan. That link is in the description. Phil, thank you so much for joining. This, as always, whenever we record, takes a little bit longer than I anticipate, but that's just how it is sometimes.
I'm a certified yapper.
Where can people find you online?
Phil. Yeah, I'm Phil. You can find me on Tulok the Barbarian. I'm making some D&D 5e homebrew. Tulok and Mango, I'm playing Elden Ring. Tulok Time, I'm playing whatever game I want. And Tulok the Cardbarian, I'm talking about Magic the Gathering decks. So I've got 4 channels I'm juggling right now, and it's fun. So go follow me those places.
And here's a hot tip. You don't have to know anything about any of those subjects for Phil's videos to be entertaining, because I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but I do watch your Magic the Gathering videos, and they're just like very funny. So I would say...
Thank you.
I would say subscribe. Just check them out. You might think...
I'm going to build a deck for you and teach you how to play one of these
I would
days.
love to. I would love to learn how to play. Bye, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe, says Frank Welker.
Remember to smash that subscribe button.